Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Grim Dawn. Before we begin, let me just say, however, this is a very early alpha, as you can see here, version 0.1.7.2, whatever the hell that means. I wish there was like a uniform number that all developers would have to contend to, so that we could actually like cross-check all the time and figure out exactly to which point in development a game actually is. But either way, this is an early alpha. The reason why I'm showing this to you guys is because Paul Desmond actually donated a key to me. He apparently has backed up this game in Kickstarter, and they've given him 2 keys, to which he decided to donate one to myself so that I could have first impressions made on the channel. Thank you very much, Paul. Paul Desmond being also the person who does a lot of music that I've used in the past. Anything that you guys see with the name Lost Within, that is from Paul. So once again, he's amazing. Thank you very much, Paul. But let's grab a quick look-see at Grim Dawn here, shall we? So this is my character. As you can see, he's got one hell of a blunderbuss in his hand there, which is a pretty damn sweet, if I can say so myself. The class that you guys see there, they say that he's a pyromancer, which is actually a combination of 2 classes within this game. But we will get to that shortly, as I will tell you guys about the progression system in the game and all that. But yeah, as you guys can tell, just by the aspect of it, this is one of those action RPGs, kind of like in the veins of Diablo and so. It does, however, have a little bit of a different setting to it. One of the things that I definitely like is the physics engine, as in it has a little bit exaggerated physics, which is kind of cool in my opinion. I mean, I like that kind of stuff. I know that it's silly and whatnot when you see just corpses flying all over the place, but I still think it's kind of cool. Like, I tossed that grenade over there, boom! That's actually a cluster bomb, which is pretty damn sweet. This is actually one of the early quests that for some reason I forgot to make, yet interestingly enough, when I got down here, the monsters were actually level 11, so I was like, that's kind of weird. Either way, you have all the features that you would expect from an action RPG. You have your skill bar, as you can see there in the screen.
Skills not ready.
You have your health, you have your mana, all that stuff, and as per usual, you can press shift to force shoot. So basically, pretty much, if you're familiar with Diablo and Diablo clones, you can pretty much tell how most of this game is going to work. If you're playing a ranged class, which happens to be the case for me, you're obviously going to be doing a lot of kiting, and the reason why I chose it is because it seems like I always end up doing melee classes, so I kind of felt like doing something a little bit different. Oh wow, this soldier is being a little bit of an annoyance. Actually, I think that the guy shooting fireballs at me is actually the one being the annoyance. So this engine might actually be familiar to some people, particularly those of you who have played Titan Quest in the past. That is because this is a very heavily... Oh, damn it, I actually cornered myself there. Ugh, damn it. No, I'm gonna die. Straight up. That's what you get. Oh, no, wait, still got it. Oh, no, and I am down for the count. Yeah, I mean, for some reason, I was having a really easy time in the game as I began playing, but recently it's actually gotten pretty hard since I got to this particular trapdoor, which is supposedly one of the starter quests. So I was actually like, why the hell is this quest giving me trouble? But yeah, it's been a little bit annoying. But as I was saying, this engine might look a little bit familiar. That is because it is a heavily modified version of the engine that was used for Titan Quest, as a lot of the people in the team for this game, which I believe the people behind it is called Crate Engine? Is it Crate Engine? Is there any way to actually see it? I thought there was a way to see it. Oops. Forgot. It's Crate something? I'm pretty sure that it's Crate Engine. If it's not, we'll be sure to correct that. Either way, the game definitely has a nice feel to it. It feels very polished, even for an early beta build. Which is something that you definitely want in these games, because a lot of times a lot of developers come out with action RPGs that don't really have the necessary amount of polish, that you always feel like these were just like cheap RPGs trying to actually just capitalize on the success that games like Diablo have had in the past. So it feels nice to actually see one of these games that is actually quite polished to the level that this game is, particularly if you take into consideration that this is, in fact, just a very early alpha. So I was really surprised with the quality of play that you can expect here. One of the things, however, that I've noticed is that the frame rate is a little bit jumpy, but that, like I said, it is to be expected. You can't really criticize alphas and betas too harshly, as you guys should be aware by now. But the game definitely shows promise. It's looking really, really solid. The class that I am playing is a ranged, as you guys might have noticed, is a ranged class because I'm obviously just shooting the crap out of everyone. There are 3 classes currently implemented, and those classes are the Soldier, which is your basic melee character. There is also a Demolitionist, which is actually what I'm playing because I was just like, what, Demolitionist? Yeah, that sounds like something I'd play. Because why the hell not? I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always playing melee, and you just gotta add some variety. Variety is the spice of life, after all. So let's throw a grenade in this guy's face because it's cool throwing grenades. And one of the things that I actually really like about this class is the fact that most of the skills that I've been using are actually not magic-based. Like, I'm using this skill, which is called Fire Strike, which is a deadly alchemical strike that causes martial attacks to combust the air around the enemy when used as your default weapon attack. So what this does is actually, even if you use, let's say, a melee weapon, it like puts fire on your weapon so you do additional fire damage. Currently it's also doing electrical damage because I've been upgrading it with some passive stuff. I also have another skill. This is actually from another class, which is interesting because this game supports multi-classing from the point that when you get to level 10, they allow you to choose on a secondary class, and this allows you to get a lot more variety. But as I was saying, there is a Soldier, a Demolitionist, and I believe an Occultist. Is it Occultist? Let me just double check. Yeah, it is an Occultist. There's a Soldier, Demolitionist, and an Occultist, and the Occultist is obviously more of a Spellcaster-like character. The Demolitionist is the ranged type character, and the Soldier is the melee. Ooh, shoulder plates. I hadn't picked up shoulder plates yet. Can I equip them? No, of course not. It requires a ton of physique. Razor of Bloodshed. This weapon seems interesting. Yep, that's a lot more DPS. We'll take that. This shield also looks pretty damn good. Tarnished Heater Shield. But the one that I have right now is rare and stuff, so whatever. Looks like I'm picking up quite a bit of trash loot, though, which is getting a little bit annoying. I might just throw some of this stuff away. Keep that in here. What's this? Ooh, the Mallet of Meditation. 1 to 53 damage. Okay. When we level up, I'll talk to you guys about the skills, which in reality, it shouldn't really take that much for me to level up. You have 2 sets of weapons, as you saw me switch there really quickly. You can press W, that will swap you. It will swap me into melee mode, so you can actually swap between melee and ranged if you so desire. But to be personal, to be brutally honest with you guys, I'm really just enjoying the ranged playstyle because, as you noticed, there's a lot to the physics system, which it's exaggerated. And you guys know that I like those kinds of silly things. Oh yeah, there's also something really neat that I've noticed, which you can actually, like, earlier today I was playing the game and I was actually up on top of this balcony that you see here, and you can actually lob grenades down here. Like, I thought the grenades would like hit an invisible wall or something, but no, you can actually throw grenades from up here to down there, which is cool. I like when they add that kind of verticality in video games. Ooh, Devil's Aquifer. Oh, I think I've died here earlier too. I'm just trying to get this one quest done. But yeah, the game is obviously pretty much in line with any other hack and slash action RPG that you guys have played in the veins of Diablo. Then you guys might be wondering, well, why should I play this instead of other action RPGs? Well, for variety. I mean, I keep telling people that just because there already is some kind of established leader of a certain market or whatever, does that mean that there should be no more games in that market? No. There should be a lot of games in every single market. Of course, that also makes choosing harder, but then again, it depends on how much markets you're actually playing at the end of the day. Which in my case, I play pretty much anything and everything, so it makes it really hard for me actually, but still, I'm happy to see more people venture into this type of market. Now, they're going for a more gritty look as opposed to the overstyle. Wait a second. Where the hell am I supposed to go here? Ah, there's actually a door here. I missed it. They're going for a more gritty look, as you can see. And you might think, oh, there's not a lot of detail in here, is there? Because, I mean, like, you're playing so zoomed out. But the good thing is they actually let you zoom in, and you can see, well, on this particular part of the map, there's not that much detail. But you can see that there's some really higher resolution textures here. And also something that a lot of these kinds of RPGs don't do, which is it lets you rotate the camera. You can actually see that they've given to the trouble of actually creating the entire 3D environment, and that is not just a pretty look into the art, as what happens with some other games that I could mention. Okay, now where am I supposed to go? Okay, through here. Looking good. So I also have one skill from Occultist that I've used when they allowed me to select my secondary class. I chose Occultist just because I wanted to fool around with the Spellcaster class as well. Ended up not really spending too many points on it because I'm really trying to specialize on this fire skill that I'm using to shoot stuff, as well as I want to do some more improvements on this grenade thing that I just tossed. But I did end up taking the... oh, there we go, leather spaulders. Now I finally have some shoulders. But I did end up putting 1 point into the basic summoning for the Occultist. So now I can actually summon this little bird, this great raven, and he basically follows me around and shoots people. And I just wanted it to have a little bit of a companion to play with me, because currently the game, despite the fact that it will have co-op multiplayer, currently it does not support it yet. So, yeah. But I like having summonings. I like playing these kind of hunter-like classes. For those of you that do not know, actually the very first class I ever played in World of Warcraft was actually a hunter. So yeah, that should put that into perspective. So I do like fooling around with these pet classes every now and then. Not always, but every now and then I do like just fooling around with it a little bit. So I haven't really played a lot of melee, as you guys can tell. I've just been shooting the crap out of everyone. But still, I have to say, I mean, like I said initially, the game feels that it is a lot more polished than an alpha game would usually be, which is good. And if this, what you're seeing on screen right now, sounds like something you would like to play, it's probably something you would like to play, because so far this has been exactly what the game has been for me. It's just like you run in, you kill stuff. I haven't seen any voice acting on the characters. I'm not sure if that is planned or not for the NPCs. They are saying that they're going to be supporting the modding community, so it should be fairly easy for modders to go ahead and actually create quests in the game. These maps are not dynamic, so these are actually fixed maps, as far as I can tell anyways, but I've been through quite a few of the maps. I've exited and relaunched the game several times. They have never changed, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that the maps just don't change at all. However, reloading the game does respawn all the monsters, as per usual in these kinds of games. So yeah. Right now we're in a cave. We're supposed to help this guy called Barnabas with a water pump down here, and we just leveled up. So this actually gives me... the chance to show you guys the leveling system. So this is my skill tree. All of these squares in this skill tree are active skills. So like this is an active skill, the Blackwater Cocktail, the Stun Jacks, as well as the Flashbang. These are all active skills. And then the round ones are actually passive skills, which will benefit a certain skill. Like for instance, all these passives will actually benefit the Fire Strike skill. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to level up once here, and once here, just because, like I said, I do want to put as many points as possible into Fire Strike, as well as all the passives that it's going to go through. So eventually we will get to the 25 there. I believe that currently the levels are capped at 25, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually get to the maximum level on these skills. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not going to be able to get to the maximum level on a lot of these skills, but I would like to max out this shooting skill as much as I can, because that is my bread and butter skill. Now you guys might be wondering, so that skill that actually does not cost any mana, well, it does. It costs a little bit of mana, but the thing is, it costs so little that it is a little bit trivial. But the thing that it does is, if you constantly use the Fire Strike skill, it's more preventing you from regenerating mana as fast, as opposed to actually consuming mana. So that if you're using other mana-intensive skills, you're not going to be able to spam everything while you're shooting with that. Whoa! Looks like we got a named monster here, Viloth the Corruptor. I believe that I have to kill this guy. So let's go ahead and shoot the crap out of him. Something that I've noticed is that sometimes I seem to be able to shoot the projectiles that mobs shoot at me, and that is interesting. I'm not exactly sure if that is the case or not, but it definitely looks like it. So it's kind of a way for you to deflect certain attacks. Oh, damn it. He's hitting me with that attack quite nicely. Let's throw a grenade at him. How do you like them apples? Throw a canister bomb at you. Now, the game does not take place on Earth, and you're not going to save Earth, so to speak. Your character actually starts out as he was being hanged because he was turning into an undead, but it seems that the fact that people tried to hang you actually stopped the process, and that actually has given you the powers to become a demolitionist, because I so chose to be a demolitionist. Look at my Crow shooting at that guy and making almost no damage. That's amazing, Crow. You're doing good work here. I'm almost dying. I'm going to pop a potion here. Potions also have cooldowns to prevent you from just being all like, chug, chug, chug. And as you can see, tons and tons of loot. Way too much loot, speaking of that. Let's just get rid of some of these white items. They need to implement a little bit of a loot 2.0 in here, maybe, because, I mean, seriously. Look at all these items. Is this any good? 3 to 34, plus 4 piercing damage. This is probably going to be better than the weapon I have. So as you can see, we have our damage per second here, so let's go ahead and equip that. Yep, that is going to raise it, so this is actually better. How much damage is on this thing? 5 to 31? To hell with you. Also, let's throw the Tarnished Cleaver away. There. And now let's pick up all these rares. Rugged Steel Helm of the Sea. I can actually use it. 15% armor absorption, 10 energy, plus 0.1 energy regenerated per second. This actually looks like it's a lot better, so let's use that instead. Musty Tome of Readiness. This looks like almost looks like a shield, but it's actually a book. Energy regenerated per second, plus 5 offensive ability, plus 5 defensive ability. But I'm using a two-handed weapon, so to hell with that. And we also picked up this ring, 25 health, plus 10 energy. But I'm going like full-out glass cannon. There's also these 3 stats that you can put points into. I didn't really level up my stats, but basically you can choose between cunning, physique, and spirit. So physique gives you the strength to fight in heavier gear and the agility to avoid enemy attacks. So it's more like defense. Cunning is more like an offensive stat, and spirit is more like the caster's offensive stat, as well as something that increases your mana pool. I've been going pretty much the route of glass cannon all the way, so I've been putting everything into cunning. Since this is only an alpha anyways, I don't think I'm going to get into that much trouble. Despite the fact that I've died quite a few times here, I still don't think that it's such a big deal. Let's pick up this scavenged plating. I'm not sure if that was my only objective, but let's go ahead and just keep going through here. There's also a crafting system in place, even though I haven't really explored it all that much. You're supposed to be able to pick up recipes as well as items from monsters, which then allow you to craft items. Nothing that's terribly revolutionary. There is, however, something that I found a little bit weird, which is there are going to be factions in this game, like NPC factions. That doesn't happen as often as the rest of the stuff. And those NPC factions will probably give you access to different questing paths, as well as probably provide you with cheaper prices and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how that gets implemented. We will see. But right now, those factions are not that well implemented, I don't think. Although, once again, I'm not 100% sure. But if we look, let me just kill off these guys here. Shoot the crap out of them, because they have it coming. As you can see, my Crow actually shot one of the projectiles there, which was really cool. I'm going to shoot you in the face twice with my blunderbuss. I mean, just getting shot in the face with a blunderbuss. Seriously. Now then, as I was saying, let's look at our character here. Where's the factions? Factions. As you can see here, I am tolerated by the survivals, and I am despised by the ethereals. Now, the ethereals are supposed to be some of the monsters that you're actually fighting in the game. So I'm like, so you can actually align yourself with the ethereals eventually? That raises up some interesting questions. Let's keep on shooting everybody in the face down here. It looks like we've cleared the map, didn't we? Yeah, we've cleared this place. So we're actually going to use a town portal, because we have a town portal skill somewhere. Although I'm not exactly sure what it is. Is this thing? Oh, okay, it's not town portal, it's rift travel. There. My personal rift. And we're going to be heading down to Devil's Crossing, because I believe I should probably be able to... Yeah, return to Barnabas. Who's Barnabas? Which one of you guys is Barnabas? Oh, here you are, Barnabas. There's fire in your eyes and blood in your clothes. I see that you've done your share of the killing. I felt vindicated, righteous. I didn't feel much of anything. Regret. Those people once lived. Oh wow, there's actually dialogue choices. I hadn't noticed that. Well, I didn't really feel much of anything. I just killed a bunch of monsters. Then you and I have something in common. After those things took my Annabelle from me, I don't feel much of anything either. Here, take your coin. You've earned it. Thank you. Something for nothing. You killed the scores of shambling dead in the lower crossing, but I think you can do better. They either corruption created by some truly monstrous mutations in some of the dead. Go out there and hunt some down, then tell me of the slaughter. Zombie mutant slain. I'm not exactly sure where zombie mutants will be, but I'm actually going to advance a little bit, like over here to the Burnwich Road, because it says, as far as I've been. Smack your face, shoot you in the face like boss. Yeah. But I guess you guys get pretty much the picture of what the game is about at this point. I'm not really going to be doing a lot more of criticizing, so to speak, because the game is actually pretty solid as far as I can tell. I haven't seen anything in particular that I like to complain about, apart from the little bit of frame dropping, but then again, like I said, it is an alpha, so it's probably not really that optimized yet. You guys are probably noticing a little bit of frame drop here because there's quite a couple of beasties in the monitor, but I think it's actually more about the fluttering of the wings that might be causing it, although I'm not 100% sure if that is the case or not. But let's continue onward. Oh, we have a cracked lodestone there. That looks to be like some kind of crafting material. Let's throw a grenade here. Boom! You see what I mean by the physics? I love the way that you just fly off when I throw a grenade into their face. And I guess that for some reason I also really like this class. Like, because usually you're used to, when you're playing these games, that they're more of in a fantasy setting. This one is more a, what do they call it? They said a Victorian-inspired setting, but it is not the planet Earth. It is not in real world in any way, shape, or form. It is just influenced by Victorian settings, is what they said. So you do have weapons, which I like having shotguns and rifles and stuff like that, and action RPGs. So that it kind of gets a little bit away from the usual hack and slash, magic slinging, and bows. I like having guns. Guns are cool, okay? As someone just comes in and says, "Oh my God, my kid is watching this guy's videos and he likes guns. He's probably gonna shoot up a school or something." No, it's like, I like guns in video games because that's fun. Especially when it's not something that you get a whole lot in these types of RPGs. So I always appreciate when there's a good gun in a game like this. Dude, stop shooting at me. You're annoying. Oh, Raven. Does the Raven level up with me as well? He's level 12? No, he's only level 11. You have failed me. Are you level 12 now? Oh, if you resummon him, he gets level 12. Okay, interesting. Does that also upgrade his damage? I don't think so. You would probably have to actually upgrade the skill itself as opposed to the damage, but like I said, I don't really expect this bird to be that useful for me in the long run, but the good point is that you can basically respec whenever you want. It's just going to cost you some money. You can't actually respec all of your skills. You have to go by on a skill-to-skill basis, and you can never respec mastery points. Oh, yeah, definitely. You guys saw me shoot off the projectiles there? That's cool. That's definitely a neat mechanic. I have to admit that I like that. Like, I just shot that projectile and stopped it from coming at me. Obviously, some of the projectiles you're not going to be able to stop those. One of the things I definitely love, I just love lobbing grenades. Lobbing grenades is so much fun. I just wish it had a lower cooldown. You can actually max out the other skill, the Molotov cocktail skill, because that is spammable. I've actually seen a video from Kriparian where he was just spamming that thing with max, max, what do you call it? Just, he had the damn skill maxed out, all of the passives as well as the active, all maxed out, and it was just doing ridiculous burning damage whenever it would actually land. We also have a ton of loot. Again, damn it, I need to go in and sell some more of this stuff. What's this? 11 spirit? Ah, crap. You got a pistol here, 3 to 22. Unfortunately, you cannot dual wield pistols. I was really disappointed by that. I'm hoping that maybe in the future they plan on doing something like that. Like, I was really hoping to dual wield, but nope. You can actually wield a shield and a pistol if you so desire, though. But still, I would really, really like to dual wield pistols because that's just something that I like. There's no real special reason behind it. You'll also often find random merchants as you play through the game so that you don't always have to go back to town and stuff like that. Ooh, stalwart combat pants. Can we wear those? No, of course not, because they require a ton of physique. and we are a glass cannon, so we have no physique. Let's drop some more of this white stuff in here. This is not white though, so we should probably want to keep that for selling. Let's auto sort the inventory. Let's keep it like this. Thank you. And let's move onward to glory and victory. I've played only just a couple of hours at this point. I haven't played all that much. I'm only level 12, as you can see, and as I said, the maximum level for this particular beta is going to be level 25, but so far I've been having a pretty good time. What the hell is this? Flooded Passage Rift Gate. Oh, so this is actually the progression way of going about this particular zone. Oh, I would have thought it was just a bonus cave. I guess this is actually the right way to go. So obviously something that I would like to know is, how do you guys feel about Grim Dawn? I'm pretty sure that the developers would also like to eventually get people's opinions, so when they see their game being published on YouTube, they probably want to see what people have to say about it. So, as obviously on every first impressions video, like I always say, I hope you guys leave me some feedback here, because the game does seem interesting. I mean, although I have to say it does feel like it's coming in on a saturated market at the moment, because there are quite a few of these. But like I said, I mean, if there's something that a developer wants to do, and if it doesn't seem like it's been half-assed, which definitely doesn't seem like it's the case here, it seems like it's actually being pretty fun. I definitely like seeing those games. I mean, if a game is good, it doesn't matter if there are more games like it, in my opinion. The bad thing is when they start doing the same game over and over and over. But even lately, I've been beginning to be a little bit more comprehensive in terms of that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these games is about, like, what do you feel like playing today? Do you feel like playing this type of game? Do you feel like playing, like, for instance, a lot of people like playing Call of Duty, and I realized that I haven't really played a lot of Call of Duty myself. And recently, I found myself kind of like I might want to try out Call of Duty Ghosts, and I know that it's weird, right? Because I usually don't seem to like shooters that much, and probably I might just even try it out and end up not really liking it. But at the end of the day, it's like, I wanted to try it out. So I feel that a lot, when there's a lot of games in the same genre, that it's like it's all about people wanting to try them out or not. As always, keep in mind, this game will have multiplayer. I believe there also is going to be competitive multiplayer somehow, but I'm not exactly sure what the feature set is going to be for that. They also said that they mentioned quest, that your quest paths will change depending on the choices that you make. So, like, as you guys noticed over there, when I completed my quest, it actually had some dialogue choices, so I'm going to assume that is what they meant. Like, you will eventually, the choices that you make will make for a more dynamic experience, which kind of would increase the replayability value. There's definitely a lot of replayability value in terms of class combinations, because they're going to have 5 classes in the final game. Right now there's only 3. Like I said, the soldier, the demolitionist, and the occultist. There's going to be 2 more, which I'm not sure if they have announced in forums. I don't think they've announced those yet. But there are going to be 2 more, so just imagine all the combinations that you can actually do if you take into consideration that each character that you create is going to be multi-classing 2 classes of your choice. Because, like, for instance, when I leveled up, I could have actually just leveled up stuff in occultist, as opposed to leveling up stuff in demolitionist. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to max out both of them, so you're going to have to play with classes that bring interesting synergies to the table. Like, what I'm doing here is I'm basically bringing a pet to my glass cannon character. What Kriparian was doing, for instance, in his video, was he actually leveled up his secondary class as a soldier and grabbed some more survivability for his own glass cannon character, so that he was less glass cannon and he could basically just run around spamming the Molotov cocktail skill, which I don't even have because I've been using this canister bomb thing because I found it hilarious. I just love cluster bombs. Like, if you guys saw me play Borderlands 2, I will usually be using only MIRV grenades because I like stuff that explodes, and then that stuff also explodes. Like, because I like things that explode into tiny bits and then explode again. So, kind of like, yo dog, I heard you like explosions, so I put some explosions in your explosion so stuff can explode while it's exploding. So, I have to say, I'm a fan of explosions. What can I say? Not a huge fan of Michael Bay, though, which is surprising, considering that I do like explosions. But I mean, it's just, look, you toss a grenade, it explodes. You can also have a mortar thing in this class, but I didn't really like the mortar that much because it shot really slowly. So I ended up not really using it that much. Seems that my Raven died for whatever reason. Raven, come on, man, you're letting me down here. But yeah, been having some fun with the game. Gonna keep playing it, see what comes out of it. If you're interested in checking it out, I believe that you can still like buy your way into the alpha or whatever, something like that. So I'll make sure to leave a link in the description or something. And as always, remember to give some love to my good friend Paul Desmond, because he made a lot of the music that I've used in some of my Dark Souls videos, as well as he is just a generally awesome human being all around. So much love for good old Paul. And as per usual, thank you very much for watching. Leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Boom! What are you doing here, Spider? You don't get to live.